Good morning, 5th grade. We are now on to another lesson of language. Please open up your language book to page 281. Now, this is a unique lesson, and I just want you to be open-minded. Don't look at it. Those are big words, but it's actually pretty easy. So we're going to be talking about predicate nominative, which is actually just another name. So the names for two types of complements are the following, which follow the linking verbs, are the predicate nominative and the predicate adjective. But today we're just going to talk about the predicate nominative. Now, a predicate nominative is a noun or a pronoun that follows a linking verb and it renames the subject. So taking a look in the blue box, it says Charles Lindbergh was a great flyer. So Charles Lindbergh was a flyer, right? So was is linking flyer and Charles Lindbergh together. Flyer is the noun, which renames the subject. Therefore, flyer is the predicate nominative. Okay? You can check this by actually reversing the sentence around to see if the predicate nominative and the subject work together. So instead of saying Charles Lindbergh was a great flyer, you can say a great flyer was Charles Lindbergh. See how we switched it around and the sentence still makes sense. So you know that flyer is renaming Charles Lindbergh and you have your predicate nominative. So Robert is my cousin. Now is linking the verb, right? And cousin, or is a linking verb, and cousin is a noun that renames the subject. So therefore, cousin is my predicate nominative. So I could reverse the words around and say, my cousin is Robert. That makes sense. That way we know that cousin was renaming Robert. That is our predicate nominative. Now look closely in the little box on look closely. It says, if a sentence does not have a linking verb, it will not have a predicate nominative. Okay? So that means that if we don't have one of our linking verbs, then we're not even going to even see that there's a predicate nominative in there because it can't rename it. So a predicate nominative comes after the linking verb unless the sentence is a question. So now I want you to keep that in mind. So we had my cousin is, or Robert is my cousin. We know that Robert, our cousin, is renaming Robert. But in this part we have, are you a teacher? So we have our question. Well, now are is our linking verb, but that's actually before our subject you. And so, but we still have the predicate nominative renaming you, right? So that works, but only in a question. So if you have a question mark, you could see that those might be reversed, your verb and your subject. But if you have a normal sentence, then it would actually be the predicate nominative after the linking verb. Okay? Read the subject, verb, and the predicate nominative together, and if you have chosen the words, the correct words, then it will make sense. So just making sure you're rewording it, and if it makes sense, you're good to go. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at Think A. Okay, so looking at Think A, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 together. Okay? It says, label the linking verb, the subject, and then the predicate nominative. So when you read the sentence, Ralph Waldo Emerson was a poet. So now we've got to look at what is our verb. Up here on the board, was. So was is our linking verb. Put LV above that. And then who was doing something? Our subject, Robert Waldo Emerson. And what is the verb linking. The verb is linking the subject and the predicate nominative, and the predicate nominative is poet because we're renaming Ralph Waldo Emerson a poet. So put PN above poet. Okay, now do number 2. Michelle Jones is our secretary. Now, taking a look at our verb is, it's on the board, right? So is our linking verb, and who is Michelle Jones? There's our subject. And what is it linking, and where is our predicate nominative? What is it renaming? Well, Michelle Jones is being renamed as a secretary. So our secretary is our predicate nominative. So go ahead and put PN above secretary. Now number 3, we have my uncle has been our senator. So we have what is our verb? Has. We've been, and we have has, which also is a verb, so our helping verb. So we have has been is our linking verb, and then who has been, our subject, uncle, and what was he renamed? Our predicate nominative he was being renamed senator. So senator would be our predicate nominative. Put PN above senator. See how this is going? Okay. So number 4, the strange looking animal is a llama. Llamas aren't strange looking. I think they're cute. Most of you probably think they're cute too. Anyway, sentence. Okay, so the strange looking animal is a llama. So what is our verb? Is on the board, right? So then what is, we have animal, right? So animal is our subject. And then what is the animal being renamed? The animal is being renamed llama. That's what it is. And so we'd put PN above llama as our predicate nominative. So how is this going? Pretty good? Awesome. Okay, we're on to Think B on page 281. So we are going to label the linking verb and or the action verb, then with AV or LLV, okay? We are going to write the PN for predicate nominative in the blank if the italicized complement, remember the word, okay, is a predicate nominative. We're going to write DO if it's actually the direct object, okay? So let's take a look at number 1. This field is our playground. So we got to think, what is our verb? It's up here on the board, is, so we're going to put LV for linking verb. And then we're going to look at playground because playground is our italicized word. And now we got to look at what is our subject. Our subject is what is the field is. And are we renaming the field? Yes, we're renaming the field playground. So that means that playground is our PN for a predicate nominative. So yes, we would put PN on the line because that worked. It renamed the field. Okay? Number 2, the pilot flew his plane over the hilltop. Now let's look at our verb. Flew. Flew is an action verb, right? So we know that AV for action verb over flew, but does that mean that flew has a predicate nominative in the sentence? No, because it's not a linking verb. Remember our look closely? We need to look and see, because it has an action verb, it's going to have a direct object. So what was flown? Now take a look, and it says plane, so plane is our direct object. So we would put DO on the line. Now number 3 says, in 1859, Oregon became a state. So now let's look at what is our verb. Became. Now we have become up here, which is a form of that. So we have became is our linking verb. Now what is it linking? We have Oregon is our subject, and then we have our italicized word as state. Well, is state renaming Oregon? It is. That means it's a predicate nominative. So we put PN on the line. How are we doing? Understanding? Okay. I hope you are, and if you don't, just contact me and we'll go over it. So now number 4 is Mom made my new dress. So what is our verb? Made. Made is our action verb, right? So what was made? What was made is a dress. Now remember, action verbs don't have predicate nominative, so we would already know that the dress in italicized would then be the direct object of what was being made, what Mom made. So we would put DO on the line for number 4. Awesome. I hope you guys understood this lesson. I know it's something new and I'm not there to go over it with you, but if you have any questions, please let me know. Get back to me if you're not understanding that. But as we go, I think you'll get it a little bit more. So that was predicate nominative.